everyone. Welcome to today's presentation for the Trends Package Report. I'm going to jump right in. So obviously we all know the Offbeat Hotel is a boutique hotel. While doing some research on this, I have done a bit of analysis on the boutique hotel market. One advantage that the boutique hotels have and why they are so popular nowadays and rapidly growing in popularity is the fact that they have a lot more freedom and a lot more versatility in things they can provide guests with in terms of experiences, more unique experiences than sort of large hotel chains could offer, as well as the design. These large hotel chains, such as the Premier Inn, things like that, the design is obviously very standardized because they all have to look somewhat the same. They have to follow brand guidelines, things like that. And in terms of the boutique hotels, they can offer a lot more in terms of more interesting and unique design because there's no limitations. There's also less limitations in terms of budget. So they can sort of do designs and things like that that are a little bit more expensive, which other hotel chains couldn't possibly afford. Yeah, it provides the boutique hotels with a really good USP and it keeps people coming back. It provides the marketing, people speak about the hotels and the boutique hotels, and it's all word of mouth marketing, which is obviously really good. And yeah, it helps the hotel have a good sense of marketing and a good place in the market. In terms of the two trends that I have decided to go into, one of them is work from home spaces. So as you can see from the few pictures that are on here, a lot of these work from home spaces are really bright and light. They're very nice and comfortable. You've got a good flexibility in terms of the furniture, the placements, things like that. It needs to be a flexible space. That's not just sort of work office. The next trend is the speakeasy trend, which has become quite popular. This creates a very moody look and feel. It's more secluded, it's more exclusive, quite dark and dim, but with low level lighting. So it really creates a very different vibe when you're in the space. So behind these two trends, first one being work from home spaces. The big driving factor behind that was obviously we all know the COVID-19 pandemic that happened. Since this, obviously a lot of people working from home, a lot of people working remotely. And since then now, most people work at least a day and a half from home. So employers are really jumping on the fact that people don't necessarily need to be in the office 5 days a week. So within that, there's been a massive spike in the need for outdoor or out of the office work from home spaces such as WeWorks, collaborative spaces, meeting rooms, things like that, which is why, particularly in hotels, this is a great space to offer. People can work when they're traveling, people can go for the day and pop into a hotel and work from there. So it's a great space to incorporate in public sectors. The main driving factors behind these speakeasy styles, people coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic felt very isolated, and everyone was sort of looking for a sense of community, a sense of exclusivity, which these speakeasy styles tend to promote. It's sort of more of a secret location. So people really enjoy the fact that they're going somewhere that's maybe less known. You feel a sense of exclusivity from the rest of the world, somewhere to escape to, somewhere that the crowds necessarily won't be. These spaces usually are somewhere that the trendsetters will find and then promote to their followers, their friends, etc., which is great for the Offbeat because the clientele at the Offbeat is obviously trend-setting young people, and this would be a perfect location for them to be in. In terms of the work from home spaces, some of the important design aspects that would go in, one being some warm colors. Within work from home spaces, you don't want any colors that are too distracting. So warm, earthy sort of colors and tones work really well. as well as having natural elements such as timbers, natural stones, biophilia, things like that. We all know the benefits of having sort of biophilic elements within the workspace, planting, natural elements, things like that, in terms of your the benefits on your mental health, your focus, things, etc. So having those elements within work from home spaces are really important. Speakeasy style is a little bit different. The big sort of focuses are your dark colors and your low level lighting to create a very dim but comfortable setting, incorporated with sort of velvets and very luxurious materials, natural stones, mirrors, things like that. You'll see that it really creates a very luxurious feel, which is something that the speakeasy style tries to promote within the design aspects. So here's just a little board. You've got some concept sketches of the main bar, and then of a DJ deck, which could also be very versatile. You could use it for other things. Some examples of furniture as well. You would want to incorporate different types of seating, low level and sort of dining height as well, for a mix of seating arrangements for people. Again, those warm colors coming through, etc. For the speakeasy style, slightly different. So you'll have quite interesting but low level lighting done through sort of this feature wall, for example, or wall lights. Again, velvets, the luxurious feel, it really adds an element of comfortable and cozy elements into the space. You can see the concept sketches with sort of the bench seating, but also provides, dining height seating for people who are eating, drinking, etc. Again, in the concept sketches, just also showing you sort of a plan. I've tried to incorporate, again, different types of seating, so comfortable lounge seating and sofas, things like that, but then also dining for different types of groups. You can have pairs, you can have bigger groups, to really accommodate for any type of guest that would be within the space. For the speakeasy, I have again done the same thing, incorporating different types of seating groups within the main and the secondary bar. One thing that I tried to incorporate here was, because you've got these windows, incorporating a really interesting feature, piece of furniture such as this curved sofa. It brings the eye in, so that when people are looking in from the outside, then you are intrigued to come in and see, oh, what's there, which is quite a unique feature. So just to go over the two different trends, the work from home space in particular provides a whole new aspect into the space, a whole new use for the space, so that people, especially the offbeat clientele being young, trend-setting people, would typically be sort of digital nomads that work on their laptop. I think it would be a great idea to incorporate a work from home space that they could then use when they're either on holiday or they are popping in for the day to do some work out of the office. I think the clientele would make great use of work from home space, particularly like this. And then the speakeasy style as well. It's a great exclusivity, young, vibrant feel, which matches obviously with the offbeats clientele perfectly. Again, you've got the cocktail classes, you've got the live music on the weekends. It creates a very vibey atmosphere. We all know that the popularity in private members clubs such as Soho House and that have sort of taken off really in recent years. So this could provide something similar to that. Yeah, that's me. If anyone has any questions, then just feel free, let me know.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
These are two really different styles that you've presented.
Mm-hmm.
How could these be suitable for the same space and the same clients?
Yeah. So agreed, these are two obviously very different styles in terms of look and feel and what they give to the space. However, they are both very suited again to the clientele. The clientele is young, trendy, people who are posting on social media. And again, both of these spaces are very different, but can be used and promoted by the guests at the Offbeat, which is great because it's sort of free marketing in a sense. They're promoting these things, whether it's somewhere to work from home or somewhere to have a really fun night in the evening, go to a cocktail making class. They're posting it on social media, and that provides the Offbeat with something quite unique. Okay. Yeah. Are there any other questions?
I'd like to ask, how would a work from home space be able to turn into a venue that hosts live music, etc.?
Yeah. So if I just flick up within the work from home space, I've incorporated this corner, which sort of has a built-in DJ deck. However, this could be used for anything else. Obviously, if the Offbeat hosts live music on the weekends, which is great. But during the week or during the day, it could be used for something else. But in terms of the work from home space, the idea is to incorporate sort of those loungy elements as well as the dining height, you know, sit at your laptop and work. So that in the evenings, when you're doing your cocktail making classes, you've got drinks going. It's a completely different vibe to during the day, and the furniture sort of works well to do that, as well as the materials that you use and things like that. Becomes a very different vibe, but all can be used within the same space at different times of the day, really.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining me for this presentation. And yeah, have a lovely day further.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.